Hi everyone, this is Kendra Crow, your instructor for Literature 202, and this is my tutorial on MLA citations. Um, I wanted to give you a quick guide as to how to correctly format your MLA citations. That is the format that we're using for this course, and for most literature courses, they use the MLA, not the APA. So if you're familiar with the APA, we're going to use MLA style this time. So I will start today with going through how to format your in-text citation. So there are two parts to MLA citations. It's the in-text citation, which goes in the body of your text to indicate where you have a direct quote or paraphrase. And then the end citation, or the works cited citations, which we'll go through in a moment. So let's begin by looking at a quote that I've pulled here from your e-text. The quote is, "I've got good reason for my fears." So here it is in my paper, in the body of my either discussion board post or in my final paper, and I have it in quotation marks. That's also very important, so it indicates that it's directly taken from another source. This should happen for all instances where you are taking things word for word from another source, or you are looking at ideas taken from another source, and that would be a paraphrase, which doesn't include quotation marks, but it will include in-text citation. So this is a direct quote from the textbook, and just so you know exactly where I got it, I'm going to go to the textbook here. If we're in our course on Blackboard, and I'm going to the textbook, and here it is. I've got good reason for my fears, and this comes from the week 2 reading of Diary of a Madman by Lou Jun. So I do need this information here, so I'm going to leave this up here. So my direct quote comes from this page from Diary of a Madman, and while I'm here, I'm also going to reference the page number. So right here it says page 2.3. So I need that information as well. So let me go back to my Word document here, and I'm going to type in my in-text citation. So this all goes in parentheses. So I will use a parenthesis. I'll use the author's last name, which is Jun, and then I do the page number, which is 2.3. And then I do my end parenthesis, and then since the in-text citation needs to be part of the sentence, the punctuation goes outside of that parenthesis, end parenthesis. So that's it in a nutshell. The in-text citation, that's all it is. It's the author's last name plus the page number. For some of the documents in our e-materials, we don't have an author listed. For instances like that, you would use the title of the work. So whatever that would be, if it's one of the essays that the textbook company has written, you would just have the title of that particular essay correctly formatted, the title plus the page number, and it would also go in parentheses. Okay, so that is it for the in-text citation. When we go down to the works cited citation, this is where you have a little more detail. So I'm going to go ahead and type works cited, and I'm going to put my works cited citation in this location. It should actually be on another page, but just for for illustration, I'm not putting it on a separate page. That would only be for formal papers. Obviously, the discussion board, it should go. It's just at the end of the discussion board post. So for the works cited, you begin your end citation by referencing the information in your in-text citation. So here, our author's last name, Jun. And then you would do a comma, and then you do the author's first name, so Lou. And again, I'm getting this information from the textbook Lou Jun. Okay. So after that goes the title of the text that you are pulling this information from. So this is the author, and then you go to the text. So it's called Diary of a Madman. And you do a period, end quotation. If this was the Frankenstein text or another long format text, you would put this information in italics. But this is a short essay, and so it's, or short story, so it goes in quotation marks. After that, we would put the translator information, if there is a translator, and there is in this case. So I'm going to go back to my e-textbook. It says right here, translated by William A. Lyell, and I'm going to put that in next. So William A. Lyell, period. After that comes the textbook information. So this part is going to be the same for all of the works that you get out of our e-textbook. I'm going to show you where to get that information. I'm going to go back into the Blackboard course, and to find this information, you're going to go to the Citation Quick Guide, and I've referenced this in some of your feedback for the discussion boards, but I'll show you where this is in our course. If you go to Course Information, and then scroll down to the Assignment Guidelines and Rubrics, you will see a document here called Citation Quick Guide, 202 Citation Quick Guide. And I just revised this at the beginning of this course, so make sure you have the correct revision, and you can pull it up here. And I already have it pulled up in my Word document, so I'm going to just scroll to that right now. So this is the Citation Quick Guide and what it looks like. It kind of goes through citations, and then it goes through all your in-text citations, which we've already gone through. So this just goes into more detail about how you format those. And then this is the part where I'm going to focus right now, is for the Works Cited page. So I'm going to go down here, excerpts in the web text. So this is a very good example here of what we're doing. So this is the Voltaire Candide. It has the translator, and then so after the translator, we start with the textbook information. So we start with modern world literature and put a comma. So I'm going to go back to my document and put modern world literature, comma. And if you notice, that is italicized because it's the name of a book. So I'm going to go ahead and italicize that, or a space. And then we go back to the window, or to the other document, and it says Sumo Publishing. So that's the name of the publishing company. So I'm going to put that into my document here. So Sumo Publishing, comma. Okay, and then you put the date or the year that the textbook was published. It was 2016, comma. So I'm going to go back, put 2016, comma. And then the last bit of information is the page range. So in order to find the page range, I'm going to go back to my eText. I'm going to open up the table of contents here, and I can see that the Diary of a Madman goes from page 2.3 to 2.5. So if I go back to my Word document, I can put that information in, 2.3 to 2.5, period. And that's it. If this was a formal paper, technically, and I don't get too technical with this, I should indent this last line like this and have all of your sources in alphabetical order. For the discussion boards, though, I do not require that you do something like that with the indentation, because the formatting gets all screwed up on the discussion boards anyway. So that is how you would create a MLA citation for the e-textbook that we have. Another good source for MLA Citations is this, if you haven't looked at it yet, is the OWL Purdue website, and the site link is here. you can click on that, and this just has a ton of information on MLA citations. So as you're working through your paper, if you have multiple sources, you can look at how you would cite those sources in this location. Also, there's a general format um, tab here, which goes through just how to set up your paper, how it should look with the header, the formatting, indentations, things like that. So this is a really great resource for you. So I hope this was helpful in guiding you through MLA citations. And please let me know if you have any questions regarding this. Thank you so much.